Hi there, welcome to my breakdown of some key components to the SAR B6 semi-automatic pistol. In this video, I'll walk you through 6 randomly selected parts of the firearm. I'll explain what each piece does, what could happen if it fails, and whether those malfunctions could be dangerous for people operating the gun or anyone else using it. It's all about knowing your equipment and staying safe. Here we got Cody Kaufman, Matthew D. Alessandro, FTH 223, July 20th, 2025. I'm going to be going over the SAR B6 right here. I'm going to no rounds. Nothing in chamber. I'll be back when I fully disassemble this firearm. I'm back with the disassembled SAR B6, and I've broken it all down. Here's all the little pieces. Alright, and we're going to start by talking about the firing pin. Alright, this part, it strikes the primer and ignites the round when the trigger is pulled. If the firing pin is damaged, it might not fire at all, or even worse, it might even go off unintentionally when dropped on the ground or jarred. That could be incredibly dangerous, especially in an uncontrolled setting. So that's the firing pin. We're going to move on to the recoil spring. Alright, the recoil spring helps absorb energy from the shot and returns the slide to the proper position. If the spring is worn out or broken, it can cause the firearm to jam or malfunction during cycling. That kind of unpredictability makes the gun risky to use, especially in defense scenarios. Alright, that was the recoil spring. And now we're going to move on to the extractor. This little fella here. Alright, the extractor removes spent casings from the chamber after each shot. If it fails, the casing could not get struck, potentially causing double feed or even an explosive in a new round tries to enter the block chamber. That's a major hazard, and not just for performance but also for safety. Okay, we're going to go on to the trigger bar. Alright, the trigger bar connects the trigger to the firing mechanism. If this is bent or out of line, the gun might not fire at all. Or if it discharges unintentionally, a malfunction in the firing system puts the operator at risk. So you don't want to bend it, damage it. Alright, magazine catch. Well, it's not a magazine catch. Magazine catch, right here. Magazine catch, which holds the magazine in place. If it is worn, the mag might fall out unexpectedly. That could leave with without the knowledge of a round being in the chamber when it is needed most. While that might not be immediately life-threatening, it's definitely dangerous in the tactical environment, or if you just don't know if there's a round in there because your magazine fell out. So that's why you gotta always clear your weapon. Alright, the slide stop lever. This job is to lock the slide open when the last round is fired. If this doesn't work, I might not realize I'm out of ammo, which could delay a reload. Worse, it could snag during a quick draw or holstering, which is a problem when speed and fluid motions matter. Alright, now I'm going to reassemble the firearm, and I will be back. Alright, good afternoon. Back after reassembling the SAR. I'm going to check, still unloaded, no magazine inserted. Alright, and there we are. So we're going to go over the 8 cycle of operations in this. So the SAR B6 functions through an 8-step cycle of operation that begins with feeding. When a round is pushed from the magazine into the chamber, which is the next step, chambering, and during the slide continues forward, seating the cartridge firmly into the chamber. Locking follows when the barrel and slide lock together, engaging lugs to safely contain the pressure when the round is fired. When the trigger is pulled, the firing phase kicks in. This releases the hammer. So I release the hammer. Releases the hammer, which strikes the firing pin, igniting the primer and sending the bullet down through the barrel. And as the bullet exits, the pressure drops, triggering the unlocking step, where the slide begins rearward. As it goes rearward, the extractor pulls the spent casing from the chamber and ejects it out. Lastly, during cocking, the hammer resets and the recoil spring is compressed as the slide moves rearward. Then the slide returns forward, ready to feed the next one. So, this has been Cody Kaufman with week 2. Thank you.